Hey guys, I'm Janet on occasion, and today we're carrying on with the Rogue Trader, and our space mum died. Yeah, it's a bit rotten. Apparent suicide, shot herself 12 times in the back. No, I don't know. We don't know how she died yet. We're all a bit confused. And she was surprised, as we were. That's all we know. She looked surprised. So fine. But anyway, we have level ups to do. Now, I just want to mention this again. This whole system, it needs to be, like, this whole thing needs working. Like, reworking. I just think it's really bad. Like, it's alright if you've done it a few times, I think. But it's really poorly laid out. Like, all of this that we're seeing along here, like, all the pluses and minuses, like, around here, fine, like, a lot of it kind of makes sense. I don't know why ballistic skill and perception are highlighted at all. Are these the things that we're proficient in, maybe? That we've already had advancements in, I guess? But, like, no, but that's had a tough... See what I mean? Like, there's details here that doesn't explain what they are. But, of course, these, I guess, are being debuffed. But it's not telling me what that -5 is. When I hover over it, even though it says -5 in the next column, and then on all of this stuff, the plus number is just the entire stat. So it's, you know, 40, and how did you get to the number 40? Oh, because there are plus 40 worth of things, including base stats. So it's not even modifiers, it's just a breakdown of literally everything, but not if there's any minus whatsoever, in which case it doesn't say the full amount that is turning it into 40, but it doesn't tell you that what the -5 is, which is the only thing that seems to be useful to see. So this whole thing is weird, and it seems to have absolutely no bearing on the level up stuff. When you start leveling up, you don't really see any of this do anything. It's super weird. This whole thing seems to just have a mind of its own and really give you no pertinent information or tell you what the information that it is showing you is. So this whole screen needs work, okay? So I know it's a beta, so I'm sure it needs work, but, like, it's really important to get this stuff down, like, early, because you need people to be able to understand the game in order to play it. You know, even if they have a good understanding of what the game is supposed to be, and then some stuff goes wrong, they can at least accredit that to, oh, that went a bit wrong. But when it's not even giving you an honest look at what your character is doing, it's then very difficult to know what the bugs are later, when you're like, oh, but I think this says that I have this stat, but I don't know. So this stuff needs to be ironed out in a big way. This stuff all needs to be good, and this needs to be sorted out. It says 2 ranks available. That just means 2 level ups. Then it doesn't say how many things you can upgrade, and really it means all of this stuff can be upgraded. But it doesn't really... I don't know, it doesn't do much to suggest that somehow. So, like, all this needs work. So what I'm going to do is get something. What do we want for her? Exploit setting, better cover. I like that. I don't need to be too precious. We're just playing the prologue, so it's whatever. Have awareness. This is great. This gets us our military excellence and military excellence. I like that they distinguish those two. But yeah, heroic and desperate measures. Heroic acts and desperate measures. So when we're doing really well, we've got loads of, not momentum, I can't remember what they call it, but whatever. We can do really cool stuff, which basically lets us shoot as many times as we like. So yeah, free attacks equal to the weapon's rate of fire. So I think the rate of fire for a las pistol is like 3? It's how much you get with the rapid shot, I think. So it's 3 or 4 shots that we'd get free, but then also after that, you can then do the run and gun to get another free attack, and then do another attack, alright? So you get... Yeah, it's kind of insane. You can clear a room if you manage to use this. So very cool that we're getting that. Also for awareness again, why not? We go to the summary, apply, cool. Next guy. So, see, when you're on a roll, it's like, oh, actually, this is pretty quick. It just doesn't do much to tell you what is going on in the first place. Thick skin gives him more deflection, which sounds great to me. This one is... Oh, so this one we can't choose from anything. He just gets this, because it's a keystone ability, apparently. His movement points go up by 4, so he'll be able to get into the thick of things really easily. He's also going to get Daring Breach. Immediate restores all AP and MP and gains additional the fight's agility bonus, which currently is 3, movement points until the end of the turn, and he doesn't lose MP after performing attacks. And he has no limit on melee weapon attacks this turn. So basically you can run up to someone, stab them, and then you're free to move again, to run up to someone else, to stab them, to run up to someone else, stab them. Maybe do a charge at the end to get some extra distance. It's pretty cool. Let's do carouse, I guess, because we haven't leveled that up yet. That'll do. Yeah, fine. Don't need to be thinking about it too much. So let's go with tech use for you. We might have to give you a different hat, but it seems that the game seems to think she's a good candidate for tech use, which makes sense, broadly. Let's go with, it says instant expose. Expose costs 0 AP. That's kind of cool. Pattern recognition. Oh yeah, she's got a bunch of, like, things revolving around clues, and I don't know what the hell that is. It doesn't explain it anywhere. Which, again, like, it would be nice if you could see this stuff. You know, because, like, other systems have got, like, you know, you can hover over stuff. I guess I can click to expand. Okay, this is only showing, yeah, so, okay, there's no pop-out thing where it actually tells you what the thing means if you hover over it. So again, like that, we need to know what clue is, or we don't know if this is good. So that's annoying. Look at that, we trigger stacks of clue on enemies, and we get extra damage for every triggered clue. What? What does that mean? No idea. So, we'll just get anything, because it doesn't matter. We're just playing the, you know, the initial part of the game. I'm sure we'll be fine blindly running through it. Oh, definitely rapid reload. First reload of combat is free, and otherwise it's 2 AP less. Usually if we're having to reload, like, we've killed basically everything already, so we probably won't need a second reload. But the fact that it'll be cheaper AP is really nice anyway. Let's go with demolition. She's also getting military excellence, so she can shoot forever. Love it. Can't get demolition again. She's maxed out. I think 70 is the maximum for anything. So kind of cool that we've maxed out a stat on, you know, by level 3. Sorry, level 4. You know, with her 3rd level up. Anyway. So you guys are doing well. Let's have a look around. What are you up to? What are you? Are you a shark? Bizarre fragment hung on a trophy board. The light, smooth surface of the object is dotted with dark spots and crumbling holes. Alright, sure. This seems to be nothing of note. This is nothing of note, apparently. I'd definitely be having a look at that weird orb. And a sort of, it appears like a 4-way chessboard, which is kind of cool. Kind of cool. And hang on. It has a little raised bit in the middle. Do you think it's just if you get your pawns to that middle bit, rather than get to the other side, you turn them into queens? Or do you think that gives you some sort of high ground bonus? I want to play this game, okay? Right, let's move on.
I'll warn you if I hear anything.
I guess you heard something? Hello. Hi. Ooh, servitor.
Don't you dare to cross us.
Yeah, combat servitor. With a, I mean, it looks like he's got a heavy bolter. Pretty cool. Definitely want to kill him before he just, like, chews through everybody. Let's put you in the middle. Morgana can go over this side. Argenta can go over here. She can shoot right across. And Adira, let's get you into cover behind there. A nice chain lightning sounds great. I think it does hit your own guys, though. Ooh, okay, they're going first. Morgana's going to probably take a bit of damage here. Though it does seem like they're all a bit pathetic. Oh, God. What's he going to do? Okay, apparently has a thermal multi-melter. That didn't seem like a thermal multi-melter. Oof. Tutorial. Armor protects the character from incoming damage. It doesn't say how, though. Okay, so this is basically just saying that there are dodge checks, and if you have, like, bigger armor, it will lower your dodge chance. If you have, you know, heavier armor. If you have lighter armor, you're more likely to dodge, so it's you know, pretty classic. Pretty typical, just incredibly typical. Can I move here? I can. Good. Okay, so you can move. If you move out of someone's influence, then you will suffer an attack of opportunity. But if you move within their area of influence, you're fine. So we just moved still within that guy's influence. So nice triple kill. Well done, Abelard. I am proud of you. And I'm going to charge this jerk. Alright, 4 kills in a single turn with a chainsword. Yeah, he's a good boy. Also, he thinks he's in cover, which is very sweet. Okay, now Morgana. I can't shoot. How rude. I can't charge out the way, though. So, we'll do shot on the run. Then we can do dash. And then we can do shooty, shooty, bang, bang. Oh. I just don't want to hit... What's-her-face over there? It's the problem. Yeah, not great. Oh, no. No, we got him. Okay, we got him. Killed him in 2 turns. I mean, that was kind of absurd. I love it. So that seems nice. Grace of the Oblivious. 5 toughness, your intelligence is less than 35. Thank God we're an idiot. So Las pistols, I'm not sure they're going to be worthwhile. We have some swords. Do you want to give a sword to Morgana? She's already got one equipped. So, alright, let's throw them in cargo. And let's get her wearing this. There we go. Higher toughness now. It's not put up our toughness bonus, but it's something. Handwritten letter with a seal. Esteemed Theodora. I never read that. Huh. Should we read this? Info. Here we go. Esteemed Theodora, this is a handwritten letter with a seal that we found earlier. A change in circumstances has demanded your immediate assistance in our mutual cause. Forthwith, upon receiving the letter and performing the necessary preparations with the crew, you are to depart to the Rykad system. One of my agents, Interrogator Heinrichs van Kalox, operates there at the present time. Upon your arrival in the system, you will, without delay, make contact with him and offer any assistance required of you, after which you will provide him passage to the Furibunda system aboard your ship. On footfall, the interrogator will remove himself from your presence to await further instructions. Anticipating any questions you may have, I will stress that the nature of Interrogator Van Kalox's activities on Rykad Minoris is of no concern to you. If required, Van Kalox himself will disclose the details of his mission. May the Emperor's light be with you. XC. Well, cool. So, she was on a mission, and it doesn't seem like she's fulfilled it, but it's the Inquisitor. It's the Inquisitors that have given her that task. And they do have, you know... I'm pretty sure they outrank her. You know, she is beholden to do whatever they ask. To aid in their mission. As every sort of sector of the Imperium is sort of beholden to do what they say. I think even to a degree the Space Marines. Though I think they can supersede that. Because they're Space Marines. But I think they are also, I think it's a bit of a weird one. Because in Demon Hunters they do. They listen to the Inquisition. But I don't think they necessarily need to. I think it's more like a sense of duty that they should, you know, go along with any mission. Because if the Inquisition is asking them, or, you know, demanding their help, then it's probably important. So that's, you know... Right, so, bridge seems nice. I like that it's got a fireplace. It's very sweet. Oh, the Overseer's here. He's still holding. Oh, wait, nope, that's another Overseer, and he doesn't seem to be doing so well. Oh, we got some lore over here, some warp lore. Some goods over there. That bridge officer is doing great. He's doing great. He's practicing his... I think he's doing Pilates, maybe. I think he's fine. Just getting warmed up for the fight.
Who thought that was a good idea?
Warp check failed. Well, I don't know. Can someone else do it? Apparently not. Apparently not. Apparently not. Everybody failed. Alright. Cool. Well done, folks. I think it was just going to say, oh, we're in the warp, innit? Oh, that's no good. Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. What is this guy doing? Stabbing people, obviously. Oh, it's Ethelthred. Hello, Ethelthred. Help has arrived. Too late to change the tide, I'm afraid, but if there is any honor in you, we can at least die with dignity and give our lives for the rogue trader. I mean, sure, why not? Theodora von Valencius is dead. I found her in the Archmilitant in her study. You look dreadful. The Lord Captain will not be joining us. That's a very... That feels like a very sort of swashbucklery thing to say, so I'm totally going to do that. Because we're basically a pirate queen now. Well, you know, as soon as this guy dies, and there's no other heir. Ethelthred gives you a confused look, then as realization dawns on him, his eyes fill with disbelief. No, the rogue trader is dead? This is as much emotion I can put into this voice. Oh no, oh, I'm beside myself. Ethelthred shudders and grabs his shoulder as you watch the sleeve of his doublet burst open and 2 bone growths pierce through the fabric. Oh, I don't think he's well. He's got a condition. No matter what ritual Conrad is performing there, the warp is too strong. I can't withstand it. I feel my body changing with every second. As the warp rings in the air, this is the end. We will perish in the warp along with the warrant and all of the dynasty's heirs. The enemy of humanity is victorious. Oh, shush. Adira looks anxiously at Ethelthred. Then she glances back at you. I've seen it before. We better get away from him. Changes are already accelerating. He's going to turn into a chaos spawn and we're going to have to fight him, aren't we? Which is a much more interesting thing than just being like, oh, the other heir turns out to be like a horrible dude that we have to, you know, find some like moral reason for murdering. Like, oh, he's also a traitor. Like, nah. He turned into a flesh beast. Anyway, I forbid you the very thought of yielding. That's very good. That's very commissarial. That's a word I've made up, probably. Ship can be steered out of the warp. Let's first restore communication between the bridge and the Navigator Sanctum. Maybe he can give us some advice how to do that. Stares at you and his eyes harden with cold resolve once more. Then we have no right to bow our heads. Now I feel bad for bowing my head. This is a horrible day. You can see Conrad Voigtveer clearly in the gloom of the bridge. He is holding the now familiar broken blade, stained with dark drops that seem to have a pearlescent glimmer to them. We are out of time, Ethelthred bites his knuckle, desperately thinking. You can see how a wave runs through the whites of Ethelthred's eyes. They begin to fill with sickly yellowness. Ugh. Voigtveer, you duplicitous cur. That's very fun. Or that complicates things. Watch the party. Ready your weapons. We're going to die this day. Let us die with honor. I mean, that sounds fun too. I like calling this guy out. I know this, you know, the party's with me. What? Theodora is dead? Voigtveer stares at you in seemingly genuine bewilderment. No, that can't be. Not now. I still haven't. Ethelthred lowers his head. He sighs and then locks eyes with you. His gaze cold, haughty and fanatical. The ritual will not be completed. I will take care of it. And you, see to it that the void ship breaks free from the warp. Watch over our realm, and farewell. Ethelthred, don't!
Closed ranks.
I mean, I guess he... messed up the ritual? So, I mean, it seemed he was going to turn into a Chaos Spawn anyway. But it also feels like he pushed Voigtveer out of the way. Voigtveer was supposed to be, like, in the middle of all of these bodies to receive whatever dark gifts he was after. So maybe that just sped up the transformation or something, but it's a bit annoying that we have to fight him now. But, you know, it wouldn't be 40k if we weren't having to solve problems by shooting at them. Noble sacrifice only gets you so far. So, okay. Hang on, is that cover? Oh, wait. Not even that is cover. I suppose it kind of wouldn't be, but... that's cover. Alright, fine. You can stand there, then. Abelard, you just go over there. Argenta. Yeah, alright, we'll just set up a line, that's fine. These two are going to try and do something, which honestly concerns me a bit. Because if these two are going to try and do things, they might get in my way while I'm just trying to blast through, you know, just full auto into the Chaos Spawn. I don't know. We'll see. Oh, good, yeah, take cover behind the Chaos Spawn. Love it. Oh, good. They're barely doing anything. I'm happy with that. I'm happy with that. I mean, I'd prefer if that shot killed the Chaos Spawn. That would have been pretty handy. War hymns, dash, shot on the run. Let's just shot on the run, and then we're going to shoot this guy on the run. And really, that if I shoot there, that's actually going to hit what's-her-face. I mean, it's not really a cone, is it? I wish this was more conical, you know? So it seems that if I can get all three of them in here, I have to get Adira in this shot, which is very frustrating. That's fine. Some big... Wait, what? How did he die? Oh, I think he killed it. I think the Chaos Spawn killed it. Because I think he acts whenever he gets hit. Yeah, I think he acts whenever he gets hit. I think that's how that works. Whoa, he's taken some punishment, hasn't he? Alright, well, let's keep shooting him anyway.
Faith without deeds is worthless.
I'm sure this is a great idea. Yeah, so I think the Chaos Spawn did that as well. Yeah, it devoured him to power up stuff. Get up, Abelard, you numpty. Ah, what a loony. What a loony. Alright, Adira. Let's expose his weaknesses or something. Expose weakness. Removes one stack of clue from the... Like, what is clue? Just... so annoying. Just give me clue. Hit a target with clue. Perception damage. Removes the stack of clue. What? This stuff needs to be, like... This just needs to be described in plain English. It really does. I find this is like... It's too wordy. Like, there needs to be a summary of what it does. And then you can look at the actual calculations. It has to split those things up. Because this is stupid. Like, when you're just getting an overview of everything and trying to figure out just, like, how stuff connects, like, you just need a broad context for what each thing does and go, oh, so that'll be good, you know, this with this, so now I can look deeper into the effects, right? The actual calculation, see how much of an impact these things will have. But, like, you just need to be able to... You need to be able to get a clue, right, of what these things do before you just... Yeah, it's just bad. I'm just gonna shoot it with something, I guess. I guess I'll just hit it with lightning. I hope that won't arc to anyone else. And I guess I should, like, study enemies first or something.
Anything else?
I mean, is that good? I think. I assume. Right, hit him with lightning. Oh yeah, that definitely hit Abelard. Sorry, mate. We're fine. And Veil degradation value raised from 3 to 5. Okay. When Psykers reach deeper into the warp to power their abilities, always a chance of the Imperium bleeding into our reality, a factor that is invariably destructive and damaging. Okay. So the more that goes up, it's a miscast system. So it probably makes your spells more powerful, more likely to fail as well. Okay, so I've done that. So if I want to shoot him with burst fire twice, I'm gonna have to just shoot from here rather than doing the other abilities. That's fine. Okay, so momentum. To use the unique ability is called heroic. Act in desperate measures, momentum is required. So it is momentum. Okay. Fine. And so, yeah, we are filling up our momentum bar here. So, he still has more things to devour. I assume he's going to keep healing. So maybe I should shoot them first. Maybe that's what I should have been doing. So, there we go. That'll have to do. Crew officer. Missed.
Why did I not foresee this?
I know. What are you thinking? Okay. Thank God they keep missing. I'm going to move first, so I might accidentally hit him.
God Emperor, move through me. Be the fire
Yeah.
in my heart.
So we've always got momentum filled, which is good.
I'll do
So we'll do
it.
shot on the run. And then we will shoot. Yeah, we got... I think we killed him. Oh, yeah, crew officers are going next. Fair enough. So now we can actually use Heroic Excellence. Gains the ability to make a number of free attacks equal to the rate of fire. We do need to reload first, but that's free, which is awesome. And so, first attack into new enemy. Deals a critical hit. Interesting. Also, the marksman immediately reloads their current weapon. Oh, well, we could have done that anyway. I could have saved a free reload. That's fine. I'll do it. So that costs nothing. So actually I can shoot him again.
I'll do it.
Excellent. And then I'll use this.
His will made manifest.
And then I'll start shooting. It's only the standard attack that we get for free. Nice. This is just obscene.
As the Emperor commands, I act.
Oh, he missed. Oh, pathetic.
Faith without deed.
Oh, he's dead anyway. I wish we had a whole squad of Sisters of Battle. That was insane. Just stupid amount of damage. This makes me wonder if we're kind of at the end of the prologue now. Oh, hello. Mysterious sword shard. Mysterious sword handguard. It looks like cargo. I would have definitely thrown that in there. Had I, you know, actually looked at the icon before hovering over it. So I guess all of that's going in the inventory. We probably shouldn't carry around a spooky sword, but we also probably shouldn't just pack it away into cargo, huh? No, I think I'm happy with the las pistol rather than the auto pistol. So yeah, just shove that in cargo. Alright, do we need to keep chasing somebody? Presumably. So Abelard has an injury. Can you fix that? No. I think we need to rest. Action points reduced by 1. That sucks a bit. And, oh, broken ribs. His strength and toughness have been decreased. So I know it's a trauma. Can be removed and fully healed in the Rogue Trader's private quarters on the void ship. Okay. Is that really the only way? A bit annoying. So need to return to our ship to do it. Where are we going? Talking to the Overseer again, maybe? The Emperor protects. Does he? I mean, that's the helmsman. Maybe he can... There we go. Okay, so that is who we need to see. Ravor, Master Helmsman. Systems status report. By the Emperor is a seneschal, living and breathing. The white-haired man with sickly pale skin salutes you. Well, there's a tricky question. The whole place is so overgrown with foul wickedry, we'll be scrubbing it off the vid screens for throne knows how long. Let's see. Yeah, who cares about how they survived? I don't care. We need to get out of the warp before a navigator dies. We need to re-establish contact with the Navigator Sanctum. It is our only chance of escaping from the warp. Your words seem to knock the officers out of their stupor, and the air around you fills with voices and commands being issued. You hear someone sobbing, one of the survivors buckling under the stress. Adelard cuffs the crying officer without even looking. Restore the Vox channel to the Navigator's Sanctum. Ready the crew. Prepare for translation to real space. Abelard pauses for a few seconds before turning to you. Morgana, you may call me superstitious, but translation is not a good time to disregard rules. You are the only one who speaks for House Van Valancius. You may not be the Lord Captain, but you, more than anyone else, deserve to take her place in the ritual that is about to commence. He directs your attention upward, to the throne that sits at the apex of the tall staircase. I'm ready. I know exactly what to do. Probably. Hang on one moment. You're not one of my crew. Edge of daybreak, a vision of unimaginable vileness appears before your eyes. The flickering image shifts and wavers as if the azure-feathered creature is constantly changing while still remaining the same. One of its eyes is engulfed in otherworldly fire. The other, a vessel of ancient evil, bores into you. Its voice seems to seep directly into your brain without ever reaching your ears. It resonates and merges with voices that have already dug their foul roots into your consciousness. A moment later, you realize that all these voices are myriad manifestations of the same call that has finally invaded your mind. Mortal! Who are you? Who are you to oppose the very flows of fate? So many threads stretch between you and the other creatures of your world. Pitiful! Worthless links ready to shatter at the slightest touch. A muddled, erratic, pointless tangle. I'm saving my people. Do your worst, but you cannot stop me. Begone, phantom. Or what do you want with me? How, come here often? How you doing? I'm saving my people. Do your worst. The creature lets out a long screech, a shrill, overwhelming sound that can only be interpreted as laughter. Huh! Lead them, mortal. Guide them, persuade them, force them to walk your path. You'll need followers, for destiny is preordained. The demon peers into you. Your head begins to spin, your stomach turns, and vicious drops slither down your cheek. This shard of reality drifting through my domain is merely the arena for one who dared to vie for the favor of the gods. The aspirant vowed to return with a trophy, to procure that which elevates a mortal above others. A relic that could serve the edge of daybreak. That fate was assured, and the steps chosen. And yet you broke the unbreakable. The aspirant was defeated, and thus gave birth to a new aspirant. Your image is woven into the tapestry of things to come. I see thee. On the day when the final dawn rises over the metal world, when the gates of the realm the sorcerer open and set the truth free, I see you at my side on the day I rise again. I am the will of the weaver of destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances. The thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility, the thread that will guide you, and the weapon of our return. The demon reaches towards you and sinks a ghastly claw into your chest. A terrible cold blinds your body, and a cavalcade of hazy glimpses of a future yet unknown passes before your eyes. A flash of crimson, purple. The images replace one another in a violent kaleidoscope, without ever letting you get a proper look at them. The path is set, child of the dawn. The thread is woven. Follow it, servant of mine. Rava turns around and looks up at you. He hesitates for a few moments, then addresses Abelard, who is standing next to you. I forgot this guy's voice. Too preoccupied with my incredible depiction of a Lord of Change. It's exactly how they sound. Seneschal, Navigator's Sanctum is silent. The Vox signal stable, which means... The Navigator gave his life battling the storm that nearly claimed the Von Valancius flagship. We will honour his memory along with all who died this day. Ravel does not look away. He is giving you a hard stare, his white brows furrowed. Seneschal, would you tell us now? Who's that? Where's the Lord Captain? It takes time for Abelard to respond. You watch as he grits his teeth, unable to bring himself to say anything. Finally, he adjusts his blood-stained coat, straightens and begins to speak. First Officer Abelard Weserian is authorized to inform the officers. It is my greatest regret and indelible sorrow to inform you that of the untimely passing of Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius, rogue trader in the service of the Imperium. May her memory never fade from the annals of the dynasty. After waiting out the first wave of shocked cries, Abelard glances at you and continues, by right of blood succession, and with the absence of other kin who could challenge this decision. No, I don't want to. I'll say nothing. I'll be a rogue trader. Sounds cool. It is hereby declared that the successor to Theodora van Valancius is Morgana von Valancius, the rightful inheritor of the warrant of trade and the title of rogue trader. The official ascension ceremony will be held at a later time. In the interim, Abelard stops short and glares fiercely at the confused officers. Have you lost your tongues? Hail your lady! It is because of her toils that we still live. The seneschal turns to you. He looks at least half a decade older. The deed is done, Morgana. My apologies. I meant to say, Lord Captain. Abelard. Deep shadows of wariness can be seen on Abelard's face. Though the old officer's eyes are keen, they rake over you from head to toe. He frowns, mutters something, then nods to himself. Well then, your ladyship. You cannot help but notice that the seneschal does not know how to talk to you or where to begin. His hesitation brings an involuntary smirk to your face, as though someone else entirely is gloating at the old officer's confusion. Seeing your smile, Abelard pulls himself together. You must now hold your first officer's briefing in your new role as Lord Captain. For many of those who are about to join us on the bridge, this will also be their first briefing. We sustained massive losses among the senior and middle-ranking officers. Some posts have had to be filled by the deputy, while others go unfulfilled entirely. And now the deck clans are deciding who will take over the leaderless crews. How do we come to lose so many officers? We got invaded, Morgana. We got invaded. Who is on the agenda for this meeting? You misspoke, surely. I am the Lady Captain, am I not? Oh, right. It's, Lord Captain. Surely we're a lady, not a lord. I don't think the title is, I think it's, androgynous isn't the word. Ambidextrous? You know what I mean. There is no mistake, your ladyship. Lady Theodora before you was also the Lord Captain. Do not take your title literally. Think of it as a sacred rank that remains unchanging no matter who bears the warrant. You have been chosen by the Emperor to carry the honourable burden of the rogue trader. High Gothic, whence this title originates, is a highly formal language, and so a certain level of inflexibility is to be expected. Alright, summon the officers. Yeah, actually, what's on the agenda? Abelard's basically my assistant, so it's, gotta ask him the agenda. I don't want to look silly. Although I can look as silly as I like, and everyone's going to have to live with it because of, blood rights, whatever else. It's a stupid system. Reports on the condition of the ship and crew. The Lord Captain is not usually drawn away from her important affairs to attend such routine briefings, but this is a unique situation. I'm still receiving updates from across the ship, and they are not encouraging. Getting this bird to fly could take a gargantuan effort, even so far as you personally negotiating with the authorities in the system we are currently in, so prepare to hear a bevy of complaints and excuses, your ladyship. Take this opportunity to get a good look at the officers who work 6 decks away from the bridge, and they in turn will have the honour of beholding the visage of their Lord Captain. Okay, sure. Bring him on. Let him have a look. Let the cart see the horse. With a gesture, Abelard relays the order to the adjutants at the far end of the magnificent chamber. A dozen pairs of eyes bore into you, the expressions revealing restraint, joy, curiosity, and wariness. Attention, officers. You have been granted an honour. Lord Captain Morgana von Valancius will personally conduct today's briefing. Our most gracious Lord Captain is ready to hear your reports. Yawn. Perhaps you would introduce those present, Abelard. As you wish, your ladyship. Abelard points to a tall, slender woman, whose body seems to contain as many implants as it does flesh. Vigdis Suri Otter of the Ptoleman line, our new Voxmaster. How the heck am I going to do this person's voice? No idea. I'll just speak. That works. It is an honour to serve your ladyship. The Voxmaster offers a deep bow. Aboard this vessel, you have at your command thousands of crew members and hundreds of officers and section chiefs. I'm responsible for receiving, processing, and sending all communications between you and them, as well as external sources. I'm your eyes and mouth, Lord Captain. Beside her is Ravor, The Master Helmsman. He steers our ship along a set course set by the Lord Captain and monitors the void around us to ensure that we do not stray into an asteroid field or a pirate trap. The bearded man with pale, almost transparent skin, large dark circles under his eyes and a dour expression that seems hardwired into his face, gives a sullen nod. Hail, Lord Captain. This here ship's as good as home to me, as good as home to me, so rest assured she's in safe hands. I'll die before I let her come into any grief. And lastly, our high factotum, Janris Danrock. Welcome to Danrock, who oversees supplies, procurement, and the general material well-being of the ship. Wow, look at this boy. What a fancy boy. So fancy. He looks like, oh, what's the actor's name? You know, he was in Face Off, amongst a million other things. Dirty Dancing? No, that was a different guy. He was in that other dancing movie. Anyway, you know, John Travolta. He looks like John Travolta. Dressed in an embroidered jacket, the heavyset man with oiled hair offers an obsequious smile and bows. It is an honour, your ladyship. You must trust me with all matters concerning your comfort. Everything will be done to the highest standard. In the second row, we have the 3 officers charged with overseeing the ship's vital functions. The Master of Ordnance is responsible for the artillery aboard, the Infernus Master, whose crew work to prevent and extinguish fires on the ship, and lastly, the Engine Master, servant of the Omnissiah. The 3 officers salute you. The Infernus Master does so with confidence, while the Master of Ordnance betrays nervousness. I don't really like the idea of some nervous, some nervous chap being in charge of all the weaponry. That sounds like a bad idea, but fine. We're probably just very intimidating. The Engine Master offers a salute resembling a dance, involving the complicated manipulation of all the tech priests' mechadendrites. That's the robot arms, for anyone who's wondering. See, look, it's going to say robot arms. Tentacle-like robotic limb prosthetic, surgically attached to the spot. Robot arms. Thank you, Abelard. Greetings to you all. I serve at your pleasure, Lord Captain. Yep, Infernus Master. Report. Faisal Nazi. Nazi, you say? Unfortunate name. Yes, Lord Captain. Or, yes, Lord Captain. I have no idea what he sounds like. I'll say yes, Lord Captain. The tall young man bows his head in deference. I can report that all fires across all decks have now been extinguished. The preliminary damage assessment, in terms of material losses and crew casualties, have been completed. The results have been submitted to the Seneschal and the High Factotum. The post passed to him after the previous Infernus Master and his next 3 deputies expired in the line of duty. I love that it's expired, like their meat. It's perfect. Abelard remarks in a... Oh! That's supposed to be in non-bolded... Right, this is supposed to be... That's anyway. Abelard remarks in a low-pitched... in a low-voiced pitched for your ears only. The land is managing well so far. You can take the heat, so to speak. High Factotum. Report. We are toiling day and night to this wasn't his voice, I don't care. To compile a full account of the losses. The task would require next to no involvement from your ladyship. I will personally ensure that all damaged components are given into the tech priest's hands for attention and that all lost supplies are replaced. There is only one source that I cannot replenish single-handedly, and that is people. We have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and I'm not the young whippersnapper I used to be. Because, he's replenishing people. Anyway, sometimes when you get old, it's more... Anyway, so we have lost more than 2,000 crew members, and unfortunately, this number is confined to the scum from the lower decks, which are easily replaced, but also include trained professionals. We will need to be able to make up for our losses on the nearest planet, Ricad Minoris. However, the planet, the whole system in fact, belongs to the Winterscale Rogue Trader dynasty. We cannot simply begin recruiting on the planet without first coming to an understanding with the Governor. In that respect, I am powerless. Negotiations at this level are a matter for the rogue trader. Rogue trader. Especially true given Caligos Winterscale's penchant for attacking first and asking questions later. And the kind of thick-skulled thugs he usually installs as governors on his planets, rumbles Abelard, frowning. Engine Master, I'll hear from you now. A voice distorted by a Vox translator emerges from under the tech priest's scarlet hood.
Lord Captain, the foes that set upon the noble void ship destroyed the repositories of hundreds of machine spirits. The great warp engine entrusted into my charge is unharmed, thank the Omnisire. But the spirit mourns its dead brethren. We have not yet identified a prayer protocol capable of assuaging its sorrow and anger.
Hope you could hear that. I had my hand in front of my face. It was a clever ruse to make me sound like a different person. Acting.
With great sorrow, I must also report that the chief engine seer, overseer, and spiritual authority of all tech priests on board fell in battle. The Magos was betrayed by the little detestable flesh that remained part of him. A most terrible loss. There is no one amongst my comrades aboard whose experience and comprehension of the sacred protocols equals that of the fallen Magos. We require a replacement, and as soon as possible. The banking clan is willing to... Again with the Star Wars. Would someone care to translate the esteemed Engine Master's words? The chief engine seer died. It's fine. Yep. It's fine. Requires a new engine seer. We'll find an engine seer. Master Helmsman, deliver your status report. Right you are, Lord Captain. To cut a long story short, the outlook is bleak. The ship's sound, more or less, but without our chief engine seer and the navigator who fell in battle, we have no way out of the system. If we try to set so much as a toe inside the warp, I don't know what will happen first. Our warp drive being torn to pieces or all of us melting into the bulkheads. I mean, either order is bad, so, you know. Your ladyship, if you will allow me to interject, when we arrived in this system, my crew followed standard protocols and conducted account of all the available communication channels in the region. One of them was a Navis Nobolite station. The station maintains complete Vox silence, but even its presence here inspires hope. To have located a navigator in this very same system is an incredible stroke of luck, a true blessing from the God Emperor.
A sharp bolt of pain lances through your skull as if in response to what you just heard. You understand that it is not the God Emperor you should thank for such good fortune. The words of the demon that appeared before you during the translation to real space echo in your mind. I am the will of the Weaver of Destinies, and today I will weave a new thread of elusive possibilities and fickle chances, the thread that will lead you out of the maw of irreversibility. If I were you, I'd grab this chance with both hands. Or else you'll soon be eyeing up asteroids to use as your new residence. In slightly less shitty news, we can go round and round the system till our heads are swimming, as long as the Promethium and supplies last. And if any thick as grok shit lowlifes come sniffing around, we'll be able to take them out, so don't you worry on that score. Master of Ordnance, do you have anything to report? Master of Ordnance gives you a gloomy look. No, my job's simple. Maintain the arsenal and fire where I'm told. But just ask anyone. We've got no able crew, no Lord Captain. Master of Ordnance, you forget yourself. So what? Comes the officer's hostile and bitter reply. It is as if a dam has burst inside and all his pent-up emotions are rushing out of him. See, it's too jittery. They've got this text the wrong way around. Oh dear. Formatting needs some work. Ship's in ruins, every second officer's dead, and now we've got a green Lord Captain who's supposed to lead us to void knows where. She's got bird brain, which is, in Warhammer, that means you have a demon of Tzeentch residing in your mind. Bird brained. I just made that up, but wouldn't that be great? Would that be a nice translation of, real world idiom to 40k idiom? You can all use that. Silence. The bridge's magnificent glass panes seem to tremble under the force of Abelard's roar. Enforcers, seize this mutineer! Kick him in the groin! Abelard grunts. Ugh. If only one officer out of the whole lot has fallen to pieces, then that's not bad at all, your ladyship. I do humbly apologise on behalf of the entire crew.
What would you have us do with the Master of Ordnance? The former Master of Ordnance, I should say. Besides, find a replacement, that is, for we already have one lined up. Who is even less experienced than this guy. He isn't experienced enough to know how screwed we are. It's perfect. Experienced Master of Ordnance are few and far between, so for that reason, he may remain in post. I leave his punishment at your discretion, Abelard. Interesting. Stand down, release him. I have no intention of punishing a man for a moment of weakness, not after a terrible attack we've endured. Or kill him. Execute him. Yeah, I think this... I mean, this seems incredibly benevolent, you know? But, like, obviously he should be punished for that. Because, like, there is a hierarchy. Like, we can't show weakness in front of everyone else. Like, this has to be maintained. Everything is screwed, right? We gotta go with, like, everyone is used to military, like, doctrine. We need to abide by that if we're gonna get through it, right? We gotta stick with what everyone knows. We can't be, like, this wild card. And I think this shows to be a bit of a wild card. Nice, but, like, a pushover. And a lot of these people have itchy trigger fingers. So it's a bit of a weird one. Because, like, we really are just playing... We're faking it until we make it, frankly. And, yeah, once we make it, we can mould it. That makes sense? I think that makes sense. Anyway. Yeah, I go with this one. Although I think this might give us points. I don't know. I go with that. 20 lashes a month for the next half cycle. Deprivation of officers' rations and privileges for the same period, with the option to extend. Record that in his file. Abelard stares unblinking at the Master of Ordnance. Cease your snivelling. You disgrace yourself and your entire clan. Enough. The hysterics are over. Let us resume. The Master of Ordnance stands up, wiping the blood from his broken nose. His face is a picture of shock. What has happened seems to be dawning on him only now, and the knowledge of the fate he so narrowly escaped. Yeah, you better not forget it. I want that nose to remain broken, as a reminder. So to summarise, we have sustained serious losses in crew members, and we require a new chief engineer and navigator. Is this all that's preventing us from continuing the voyage? Precisely, Lord Captain, but bear in mind that... No, beak in mind. Beak in mind, not bear in mind. Good. Just need to clear that up. Another typo, clearly. It's a beta, don't worry about it. But bear in mind that this will not be the end of our trials. The ship is in need of serious repairs, which can only be carried out at Footfall Station, home to the only dockyard in the sector. But we will never reach Footfall without first solving these 3 immediate problems. What can you tell me about the system in which we currently find ourselves? Thank you for all your reports. Dismissed. Yeah, tell me about the system. One thing is really nice that just dawned on me. I really thought this would be like, oh, we got a lot of things to do. Alright, let's just go to Footfall. Right? I thought that would be it. Just we go to Footfall, end a prologue. That's where we started, you know, with the alpha gameplay, right? But no, we actually need to round up like the navigator and stuff before we go there. So there is a lot more to play of this prologue, it seems, which I'm really happy about. Because I know I could play more if I wanted to, but like I thought the prologue would be like a nice mini campaign, like just a nice limited series for us to play, you know, now and then save the whole game for launch. So this is actually kind of nice that there's more to do. I'm pretty happy about that. So, what can you tell me about the system? I cede to the Voxmaster on this point. Mistress Tolman?
We are in the Rykard star system, and our voyage here was undertaken on the orders of your ladyship's predecessor. There are 3 inhabited bodies in this system, and our attempts to send Vox messages have produced confounding results. The Navis Nobolite station has not simply failed to answer. It seems to be maintaining total Vox silence. However, we did not receive a distress signal from the prison planetoid in the system. And Rykard Minoris itself is also not responding to our hails. But what is most alarming is that our augurs have intercepted signals from the surface that seem to indicate ongoing hostilities on the planet.
The situation is not very encouraging. Not without a navigator, a tech priest, and new crew members. We won't be able to travel anywhere. Therefore, we must go to the planet, and the Navis Nobolite Station, or Nobilite, Navis Nobilite, Levite las Manos, station, and find out what is in the void. What in the void is going on. Thank you for the report. You are dismissed.
The assembled officers salute you as one.
Your ladyship, there is one other thing. A confidential matter of the utmost importance. Lady Theodora.
Appelhart hesitates.
Your eternally esteemed predecessor brought the ship here to this system for a reason. She was given a secret commission. You perhaps are wondering who has the authority to commission a rogue trader to do anything, and I shall tell you. The Lord Inquisitor, the Hand of the Emperor. The chief architect of his will in the Coronis Expanse.
Yeah, no, I read the letter, actually. Yep.
Yes, quite right. Quite right. XC. Xavier Calcazar.
I went with Xander Crandall or something, I can't remember. I was close.
Lady Theodora was to seek out the Lord Inquisitor's right-hand man, one Heinrichs van Kallox. An interrogator, you understand. All I know is that he is somewhere in this system, and we must find him and offer him whatever assistance he requires, and then deliver him to Footfall in the Furibundus system. Finding him without any more information to go on will be difficult indeed, but an Inquisitor is an important individual. The authorities in the system, either the Navis Nobilite or the Governor of Ricad Minoris, may know something. That is all of it, your ladyship. You have a great deal of work ahead of you, but it is a mere taste of the daily burden of a rogue trader. Soon you must take up the reins of the Von Valancius Protectorate.
Appelhart gives you another scrutinizing look, as if trying to gauge how long you will hold out under this mountain of problems. His face softens slightly, and it seems he's about to offer some words of encouragement.
Adira, Sister Argenta, explain yourselves.
The Sister of Battle grimly nods towards Adira.
The Psyker is suffering some ailment, or dark madness. She insisted on seeing the rogue trader. I judged that would be unwise to leave her unsupervised.
For a brief moment, Sister Argenta's voice sounds hesitant. I was also hoping to approach you with a personal request, but it can wait. Talk with me when you'll have some time, rogue trader. All right, sure. Adira's mutant eyes rose over those assembled. One word burst from her lips. Daybreak. It's a silly word. Forget you said that. It's fine.
There's nothing else to report? Daybreak! Okay, thanks, we're done here. It's very funny. Come to your senses.
Damn it! Adira pressed her fingers to her temples in desperation. Your ladyship, here's the thing. I was trying to see the immediate future and it hit me so hard my head is still spinning. Something very strange is headed our way, and I can't make out what it is no matter how hard I try. A single word is all I can make out. Daybreak. Or maybe it's dawn, and it's ringing and ringing like an echo, like a bell.
We cannot extract any information of value from a single word. Can you tell us anything else, Mistress Klaus?
No, not yet anyway. The voices are going berserk, all shouting at once. I can't make any sense of it. As soon as I know or sense something, I'll report it all. All right? All right. Well, job here done. We're good. Bye.
Oh, I would not make a very good rogue trader.
Okay. Bye. Bye, everyone. Cool. So that's a lot to mull over. A lot to mull over until the next episode. Huzzah. I'm enjoying this. I'm enjoying the hell out of this. I mean, yeah, there's some problems. I think a lot of the UI stuff could be cleaned up a hell of a lot. I think a lot of things are just, like, weirdly dense. Like, they've made it more complicated than it needs to be. I like that it's giving, like, full information, but then in a lot of cases, like here, it doesn't give you full information. It gives you kind of a weird mixed bag of info, which really undoes a lot of the thoroughness. But then a lot of the thoroughness is getting in the way of simply finding stuff out. So it's kind of weird. But that's my impression so far. But in terms of the narrative, just the broad like gameplay, the combat, the atmosphere, the dialogue, all that stuff is looking really good. So, you know, I hope they iron out some of those issues. You know, while they sort of, I don't know, meander. That seems too passive. While they march forward towards 1.0. You know, right now they're in the warp. Hopefully, when this game emerges out of real, into real space, it'll be great. Anyway, guys, if you're enjoying this, comment, like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.